Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris, and for my video today I'm going to be talking about some of my very favorite beauty products that I've been using in recent months. So these are relatively new in my collection, and these are the ones that I'm most excited about. So if you're interested, I'm going to get right into it. And I'm going to start with a trio of products from the company called Glow Recipe. So if you're familiar with Glow Recipe, you might remember them from Shark Tank. They kind of got their big start from Shark Tank. And what they did when they first started was curate certain Korean beauty products or K-beauty products. And they sold a lot of different brands with a lot of different products and things like that. And in recent months, they have switched out their company, and now they are focusing primarily on their own products that they themselves make. So even before they switched back to all of their own products, I was a big fan of the watermelon sleeping mask. And if you're not familiar with it, it basically is a mask that you put on at night when you're going to bed. And it's made out of watermelons. They have a great video on their website, glowrecipe.com, and it shows you how they actually make the watermelon sleeping mask. So it comes in this really nice jar. The packaging is beautiful with this company, and you get this little spoon too, which I think is really cute. And you mix it all up, and then you just apply some to your face after you've done all your cleansing and moisturizing and everything. So just a little bit like that. It is very much a gel-like substance. It goes on very smoothly. It's nice and cooling to your face, and it pretty much clarifies your skin and gives it a little bit of moisture. A really nice product. It doesn't get on your pillowcase or anything like that. So I've been using this for quite a while, and I was shopping for it one day on their website, and they had a kit which included these two other products too. So I think for roughly the same price, if not the same exact price, I was able to get these two products with it as well. So I decided to give them a try, because why not get three instead of one? So the first item that I'm going to talk about is the Pink Juice Moisturizer. So this is made out of watermelons too, and you can see it looks very, very similar to the sleeping mask, except it isn't a moisturizer, and it is a gel formulation. So this is great for me because I have really oily skin, and I do like a lighter moisturizer. The other ones tend to weigh my skin down and make them more oily, but this gel moisturizer is really nice. It has a very faint scent of watermelon, and it goes on really smooth. It's nice in the warm weather when it's very cooling, and it's just very effortless, easy moisturizer to use. And I really have been enjoying this one. It's not the only moisturizer that I do use, but it is definitely one of my favorites, and I do use it in combination with one of the other products I'm going to show you towards the end. So the last of the trio, and the one I'm most excited about, is the Blueberry Bounce Cleanser. So there were lots of rave reviews about this product, and I didn't really think much of it. I've tried many different cleansers over the years, and I never really saw much of a difference. Some leave your skin a little more soft, some dry it out a little more, some are a little more abrasives, you know. I've tried them all, high-end, low-end, drugstore, everything in between, and I didn't really think anything of it. But since it came with the packaging with the other two products, I decided to go ahead and try it, and I absolutely love it. So this is made with blueberries, just like it says, Blueberry Bounce, and it has a very faint scent of blueberries. There's no dyes or anything. You can see it's clear. It's not blue in any way at all. And the packaging looks kind of small. You know, it looks like a very small size, but in reality all you need is one pump, because the pump itself is just very specific. You push it, you get out a very small amount, but if your face is nice and wet and your hands are wet, you can lather it up really nicely. And what I love about this is that it cleans everything off your skin. So anything oil-based, anything like difficult eye makeup comes right off. It has that very mild scent. It doesn't sting. It doesn't have any sort of exfoliant or like a grain or anything in there to scrub. So it's not going to irritate your skin in any way. And then it rinses off completely. It doesn't leave any residue. And the best part of all is it doesn't dry out your skin. So I really feel that this is probably one of the best cleansers that I have seen in quite a long time. And that's saying something, because I have tried all kinds of cleansers, but I really do like this. So I've had it for quite a while, and you can see I've only used about half of the bottle because it really goes a long way. So I'm super excited about this. This is the Glow Recipe Blueberry Balance Cleanser. My next item is a makeup item, and this was something that I got as a trial size through Sephora, so I picked it out as one of those sample sizes, and it is called Gimme Brow by Benefit. And you know, I just picked it because what the heck, I thought I'd give it a try, and I was so happy with it when it came that I actually went right out as soon as the sample size was gone and bought another for myself. So you can see it comes in this rather small tube, but there's a reason for that, because the brush is short, and I would have to say that if the brush were a little bit longer, it would be a little bit unwieldy, a little bit more difficult to put on. But basically, it's kind of like mascara. You've got this little brush right there. It's only maybe about, I don't know, 3/5 of an inch long or something like that, very small, and it's angled so it comes more to a point at the top. It comes in quite a few different colors, so you can definitely match it to your brow, and all you have to do is brush it onto your brows much like you would put on mascara. But it is kind of different from mascara. I find mascara to be quite sticky and stiff. It dries quickly and it makes your eyelashes kind of stick together and, you know, sort of get a little clumpy occasionally, but it's definitely stiff and it's hard to get off. This is more soft, I guess. It doesn't really get that sticky like mascara does, but it stays on, it goes on beautifully. It gives you a very natural look. Now, I'm not a person who wears a ton of makeup in the first place, so I really do like a more natural look to my brow, but I want it filled in. I noticed that my brows are getting a little bit sparse as I'm getting a little older, and this does the job really well. It's so easy to put on. You just brush it over your brow, and you can fill in and feather as you need to, and you can thin it out towards the end, and the colors work very well. I think this is a 4.5, which is a little bit of a like a darker brown, but I've really been very happy with this. So this is Gimme Brow from Benefit. It's about $24, I think, for this tiny little tube, but well worth it. I've tried pencils and things before, and the pencils work pretty well and they're pretty inexpensive, but this is definitely worth it for me. So easy, just one step, quick swipe, and you're done. And I never have to worry about it because it doesn't run and it doesn't smudge or smear. It doesn't have any scent or anything like that. And so it's really terrific for getting your brows done and getting them done fast. And my last item that I'm going to be talking about today is another skincare item, and this is a microneedle Dermaroller from a company called Avega. So these microneedling devices are all over YouTube. Everybody's talking about them. The big one that they usually talk about is the Glow Pro, which is about $200, and it comes with a lot of different products, and it's battery powered and so forth. I didn't really want to invest $200, but I did see a lot of these versions on Amazon, and I picked this one up because I thought, what the heck, it sounds interesting and maybe I'll give it a try. And I really had no expectations at all. I have to say, I've tried so many different things in the past that I just didn't really think, you know, that anything was going to make a big difference in my skin. So I'll tell you a little bit about it. Here is the item. It comes very nicely wrapped, and it's very sterile, and you definitely want to keep it sterile. So that is the number one thing that I would say if you're going to buy this brand or any other one. Absolutely read the directions, read them carefully, and follow them carefully. That's the number one thing I have to say. So if you're not familiar with microneedling, it is basically these tiny little needles, and you rub this device over your skin, and it essentially creates little tears in your skin, like microscopic tears in your skin, that then encourages the collagen in your skin to reproduce, if that's the right word. So it sounds a little daunting. It sounds like it might be painful. I have to say that the first time I used it, it was a little bit pinchy, especially on my forehead, but I've gotten used to it now and I really don't mind it that much. But you have to sterilize it first before you use it. You put it in a bath of rubbing alcohol for about 5 minutes or so. Make sure it's absolutely sterile, rinse it off, dry it off, and then put it on your skin. Your skin should be completely clean of all kinds of makeup and everything else, just completely clean skin. And then you're going to roll it up and down on your skin They say about 5 passes, so 5 to 7 passes. So if you're going to do it on your forehead, you would go like this a couple times, up and down, and then you pick it up and you move it to the next spot. So when you're done doing it vertically, then it says to go horizontally like that, and then to go at an angle as well. So the trick is, especially if you're doing it at an angle, go back and forth on the one pass that you're making, and then pick it up to move it. You don't want to be pressing your skin as you're moving or rotating this thing, because it could definitely hurt your skin. So you do your forehead, you do your cheeks, and then I was doing my chin and my neck, and then sort of doing my nose. Mostly, it's a little hard to do your nose, to be honest with you, because you know your nose is all bumpy and so forth. So I used it once. There was a tingle. It felt a little bit kind of like a brush burn, or maybe like the after effects of a paper cut. It sort of stung a little bit, but it wasn't terrible. And the next morning when I woke up, there were no side effects whatsoever. I couldn't even tell that I did it. So I did it, and it said not to use it more than once a week. You need to give your skin time to recover. So I did that. I actually kind of forgot about it, and then the following week I was like, oh yeah, I have to go back and I have to do that microneedling stuff. So I've used it about 4 times. Not really thinking anything of it. And then the other day I was washing my face, and as I was scrubbing my face, I realized that normally down on my chin I have all of these sort of bumps from clogged pores and blackheads, and I've just had them for years, and I've tried everything. You know, those Biore pore strips that peel everything off. I've tried microdermabrasion, I've had facials, etc., and they always come back. You know, I've just got enlarged pores, and I never really thought much about it. But as I was washing my face, I was like, oh, my chin feels very, very smooth. So I picked up a mirror and I looked, and I couldn't really see anything. So then I got the big guns out. I got the magnifying mirror. I even got my reading glasses on. I swear to God, I could have seen the surface of the sun at that point. But I'm looking, and there's the pores are diminished. They don't have that clogged sebum in them anymore. There's no blackheads anymore, and you can hardly see the pores at all. And I was so excited. I couldn't believe it, because I've never had any items that I bought like that have worked so well in such a short time. And I didn't really think that you could actually reduce your pore size anyway. You know, the experts say that you can't really reduce them. You can sort of diminish the look of them, etc. So maybe that's all this did, was diminish the look of them. But I'm so excited, because now I have much smoother skin on my chin. And so then I decided to get to work on my nose, because like I said, I kind of neglected my nose, thinking that I don't have wrinkles on my nose, and that was what I was primarily thinking of it for. But in actuality, if it is going to clean out my pores and make my skin look a little smoother and have a nicer tone to it, I'm definitely going to keep up with it. So I'm absolutely excited about this thing. It was only about $24 on Amazon. They have many different brands, and this particular brand, Avega, came with a couple different heads in a couple different sizes. So they're all wrapped up nice and sterile. They come in these little paper wrap things, and once you are done using the one that you've been using for like maybe a month or so, then you can change it, dispose of it, and get a different one. So I am very excited about this, and I can highly recommend it. Anybody who has oily skin and wants to reduce, you know, the clogged pores, etc., definitely give it a try, because for $25, you know, it's cheaper than, it's less than half the cost of a facial, and honestly it did a better job. I've had facials where I left with welts because they were trying to do some extractions and things in my skin. So really happy with the Dermaroller, the microneedling device. So that is it for my new favorite beauty products. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you did like the video. And as always, if you like my content and my channel, please come back, please subscribe, and I would love to have you back as one of my YouTube family members. So until the next time, take care.